morning, everyone. I want to talk about higher education as well, but a different type of education. If you knew one of your officers would be fighting for their lives tomorrow, would it change the way you train them today? We are near the end of the most highly regarded state and local law enforcement training available in the United States. We've learned several things that each of us can take back to our respective agencies that will hopefully increase our likelihood for success in the future. Some of us will most likely continue to wrap ourselves around the axle of keeping leaders happy and leaders happy with stats and crunching budget numbers and things like this. And as administrators, this is part of our job. But as leaders, we have to do more. Imagine the young officer on the midnight shift fighting for their lives in the ditch with a murder suspect who doesn't want to go back to prison. Have we taught them at least 2 solid weapons retention drills that they can use to save their life? Maybe it's the bullet from your officer's duty service weapon that misses and injures or kills an innocent bystander. Did you make sure that they received a quality firearms training and not simple qualification course? Because we know the difference between training and qualifications. There is a difference. Are we so bogged down with administrative efforts that we simply forget about providing our people in law enforcement survival training, something that's going to keep them alive? Cutting training budget money is killing our officers. Are you tired of hearing about fellow officers being killed doing their jobs? Are you worried about having to bury one of your own? If you're not, maybe you should be. In 2004, we lost 154 officers in the line of duty, and 53 of those were killed in gunfights. In 2005, we lost 149 officers, and 52 of them were shot to death. So far this year, there's only been 91 in the line of duty deaths, and 31 of those were killed by gunfire. Sadly, 20% of these fathers, mothers, daughters, sons are killed with their own handguns, their own duty service weapons. Some of these were not even wearing body armor. Whose fault is this? Whose fault is it when your people, our people, are going to work out there on their beats without body armor on? If we're supervisors and we're not supervising our people, then what are we doing? In 2004, a Phoenix officer was shot at point-blank range in the chest with a handgun. He lived because he was wearing his vest. 2005, a New York City officer was shot 3 times with a .45 caliber pistol. His body armor saved his life. Since 1975, 3,000 officers are alive today because they wore their body armor. Level 3A body armor will stop nearly all handgun rounds. Did you know that level 4 body armor will stop a .308 or 7.62? At least one. A wound that severs the thoracic aorta creates a 20% blood loss, which a 155-pound person, it'll take 4.5 seconds for them to bleed out, bleed to death. In life-threatening events, a normal resting heart rate is approximately 75 beats per minute. This will double and the blood rushes to major muscle groups. Fine motor skills are greatly decreased. Your officers need to be training and learning how to operate in this type of environment. These physiological changes should be trained with in daytime and in nighttime scenarios based on these statistics. Fellow 226ers, as administrators, I urge you to evaluate your training and see if it's designed to prepare your officers to fight and win. Every time we put a gun on and a badge and go to work, we should be equipping our people with the proper mindset, the proper equipment, and support from us to finish their shift and come home to their families every night. That's all I got.
Yes, sir. Don't these survival courses make officers prone to complain? complaints because they're so touchy about everything somebody might do.
Well, that could be. However, the statistics here should probably help out some of that. You know, if they don't like to do the survival training, they can look at the statistics and see what their chances of success are every time they go to work if they don't do survival training. Yes, sir.
Are there any specific programs that you recommend for gun retention training?
I just recommend obviously wearing your body armor every time. And if you go out to qualify, do a qualification course, or do any kind of training, you need to be wearing the same thing you're wearing while you're doing the job. Don't go out and, wear a pair of blue jeans or shorts and, dress up Hollywood with Jimmy Buffett shirts and go qualify, because that's not what you're going to be wearing in a ball game. All right? Yes, sir.
You know, any numbers like how many officers actually that have body armor but just choose not to wear it?
I don't know those numbers, but I'll be glad to get them for you.